Hello YouTube. My name is Stacy. I'm known here as Flighty Rambler, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel today. Hello again, friends. I'm glad to be putting together another video for you today. In fact, right now I'm just, admiring how long these have lasted, and I'm kind of wondering what color I should try next. But this is not a nail video. It is another icad. I'm getting so close to finishing this 61-day project. So it is hashtag index card a day, daisy yellow index card a day, mixed media index card a day, brought to us by Tammy and Nina. Tammy's been hosting for the last 13 years and Nina for the past 3. They have YouTube channels and Instagrams full of really interesting content, really artistic and talented. Please go ahead, check out the description box below. There will be links to both of their information. As well, for prompt lists, I'm finding Tammy's here on daisyyellowart.com, and for Nina's prompt list, I'm finding them on her Instagram. Like I said, links down below. They are so talented. Go ahead and check them out. And for myself today, it is day 60. We have Tammy's prompt of filigree or filigree, and for day 60 we have caulk here, and it says time to raid the toolbox. Well, I already have something in mind that I want to do, so I'm going to bypass the prompts, I think, for today. In fact, I want to play with this new product that I created. I'll have a video out about how I created this glass bead gel with a formula or recipe that Nina Fickett shared. I'll have that video linked in the description box below. So I created this fabulous glass bead gel, and I'd like to use it in a project. So let's see what I can come up with. Here is my card for today. It's actually 3 index cards that I glued together. I like a nice sturdy base because I do put a lot of wet ingredients on here, so I like it to stay nice and stable. My first layer on this card is going to be some scribble journaling and mark making with this pencil. For my next layer, I want to do some collage. To do that, I'm going to go through my little stash and find some things that I want to put down. I have an idea of where I want to go. I just have to find a piece of my black polka dot napkin. I feel that would be really fun to play with. So here's my scrap box. I'll use that. So just a bit of text in that color, maybe in this color, no, maybe in this color. No, that's too much. Maybe a piece of this. Really fun. This one is things I've fuzzy cut out of napkins, a whole arsenal of cute things to add. It happens when you start fuzzy cutting things out and breaking down a napkin. You get some really cute stuff. No, not in here. No, not in here. These are the cut ends of bigger projects, and I cut them down to fit in my journal. This is paper, not napkin so much. Let's take a piece of this. This is a newspaper from Vancouver. Fun stuff. Here's the napkins. Let's put these over here. This is that napkin I created. I'll use that. but I'm looking for, there's a piece of it. Yeah, this will work. Yeah. All right, I want to do fun things with that and the glass bead gel, the dots. I like them that they're in layers like that because then I don't get overwhelmed. Do believe I have a larger 12 by 12 scrapbook plastic case full of papers as well. I need to go through that and, you know, recycle some back into my current stash. Like it's a small card. Look at all this. I get going and looking in my stuff and I'm just like, I want to use everything. So in my last video showing how I made the glass bead gel, I also said I spent some time using isopropyl alcohol to, well, get the glue out of the base of this brush so it's usable again. So that's what I did. It's looking great. A little fuzzy on the sides, but that will happen. So let's do some collage. I have my new jar of collage glue. It's just Mod Podge. I didn't water it down. It fits well. I guess if it gets a little lower, I'll consider gluing it down or watering it down. Let's just, oh yes, much nicer. With the soft brush again, it's really pleasant to collage again.
Immobilize, immoderate.
Fun words. We've got immoderate, immobilize, immobile, immodesty, immoral, and immorality. Exactly, right? All right, I'm liking how this is looking. I am going to push things back with some scrapes of gesso. This is my new gesso. My other one in this container, this used to be my gesso, but it was done. It was pretty much dried up. So that's what I repurposed and cleaned out to use as my glass bead gel. But first I'm going to use this gesso for the first time. There's this wonky lid. The lid is only wonky because of this protective thing right here. And I'm not sure if I want to use it. I mean, it's going to be pretty stable in my workspace, but I do want to get it off the lid so the lid isn't bothering me. All right. All right, so I'm just going to get some gesso onto my card. It fits the width of my silicone tool here much better. And then I need to buff some off. So I want to use the glass bead gel and kind of enhance some of these circles. I'll use, I guess, a brush I really don't care too much about. So I let this dry for forever under the heat tool. I did bring the heat tool nice and close to create or to keep that bubble, and we'll see if it dries down. If it does keep the bubble, I don't know if it's actually dry or not, but I'm too impatient to wait for more drying. I want to add some color, and I think I'll do that with this Jane Davenport Brights watercolor set, and I just want some pink. So I'm just going to go ahead, and with all of these little beads, I'm curious to see if they will flow past them. I need to get the card wet and then go ahead and start playing with the pink. All right, this isn't giving me the pink I want, so I'm gonna switch to this Americana sizzling pink. Do another little bit of that over here. I want to do a little bit more over here. Now I want to go ahead and add some white. All right, I want to do some white splats, 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 splats. Nice. All right, I'm going to do a bit more white right here. I want to go around the corner, the border with this ink pad, but I'm just going to use this sponge instead of the ink pad because I'm not entirely convinced everything's dry. And I'm going to buff lightly over some of these little glass beads to give their dimensions some definition. I'm going to use this Bic Velocity pen in 1.6, and I'm going to circle the bubbles. That's really fun. I like that. All right, I want a bit of gauze down here, I think. And then because I always tend to distress them quite heavily, I'll just cut chunks and add them to my little lace stash. So I'm going to create a sentiment, and for that I'm going to use my Dymo. The word for today is immodest. I'm going to use this Aleene's Fast Grab. And the word for today is immodest. My brother tells me he accidentally flashes the nurse sometimes. That'll happen in the hospital when you're dealing with an amputation of a leg. So, yeah. And for myself, being bold, right? This spot right here is bothering me, so I'm going to create a fake bubble. There. I just needed it. All right. So this is my card for day 60. The prompts were filigree or filigree and caulk. I didn't have caulk. I had this glass bead gel to use instead. I think it turned out really fun. Look at all that fun texture with those little beads. If you can get your hands on some, I really do recommend. So much fun. A lot of texture on here. I had a great time with this card. I'm really glad I made that gel, and I'm glad I shared it with you. Like I said, links to Nina's video will be down below, as well as my link to my last video, which is creating the glass bead gel myself. So good times. I'd like to thank Tammy and Nina for hosting this challenge. 61 days. I'm staring right at it. This is day 60. And I'd like to thank you for your time and attention today. I really appreciate that you've shared part of your time with me. Like I said, links to Tammy and Nina's information will be down below, as well as a link to my Etsy shop if you would like to have a look there. And until my next video, bye-bye.